Hi DK, this is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com, and thank you for sending me your integrated speaking practice test. So in the email you say, "Hi Michael, how are you? Hope you had a good weekend. Just to update you, I'm reviewing lessons for pronunciation as well as speaking and writing strategies. Hereby I'm attaching recording of integrated speaking task 3. I have selected a question from TPO test 30. Please listen to it and provide your feedback." Yes, I can do that. Okay, so let's get started. Let me get the rubrics ready here. Okay, here we go.
Described as ability of people. Uh, Emotional intelligence is a psychological phenomena and can be described as ability of people to recognize their true feelings and
Now, the emotional intelligence thing, who is saying this? Does this come from a reading passage? Is it coming from a lecture? Who, right? Give attribution to the sources that you're summarizing.
understand what is actually causing them so that they can behave properly in social situation. So the professor explains this concept with the example of his daughter.
Okay, so what you can do maybe is you need to frame this thing. What if you said something like the reading passage explains a concept called emotional intelligence, and in the lecture, the speaker gives one or two examples to further illustrate the idea, right? So that's the introduction. Then you move to the reading, then you move to the listening, and it'll be easier to understand how the ideas are connected if you follow a little more organized format.
He says that one day his daughter and her friend decided to watch a movie together, but they got into the argument because they couldn't agree on what.
You said however and but. Let me go back to what you just said. I need to check your language use.
The example of his daughter. He says that one day his daughter and her friend decided to watch a movie together, but they got into the argument because they couldn't agree on what movie to watch.
So you had some language use issues in there, right? Be careful about using too many buts, or you have but is a coordinating conjunction.
It was unusual for her daughter, for professor's daughter, so she stopped arguing and she thought about that, and so she realized that it was not the movie that was bothering her, but it was about her new job. Because she was feeling stressful about her new job, so then she were able to apologize to her friend, and then they got relaxed and had a great time.
But how does this idea connect back to emotional intelligence, right? See, you have to make that connection. It's what you did is you explain what multiple intelligence or emotional intelligence is, right? You explain that. You explain what the professor talked about, but you didn't integrate the two ideas, right? So the professor illustrates emotional intelligence through the example of his daughter, or the example when he and his daughter are watching TV. So as you explain that idea, when you get near the end there, you have to show how that idea connects back to the emotional intelligence idea that was explained in the reading passage. So you need to do a little bit better connection of ideas there. I think that's going to help you. You had some language use issues, and delivery, it's just not clear at all. So I know that you're working on your pronunciation. So I already told you a few things. Sentence rhythm is a good thing you can work on right now in my online TOEFL course. In addition, you can study the areas that focus on intonation and thought groups and blending. That's about 15 different lessons right there. All of these are accent reduction lessons that you can study. Right now, I know tutors are very expensive. I offer tutoring services. Maybe it doesn't fit your budget, and that's okay. If you can work with somebody right now, the only thing that they need, if they can at least be a native speaker, right? And practice reading with the native speaker. Have the native speaker help you to correct your pronunciation. And then what you can do too is you can like read an article, right? And then you read a paragraph, the native speaker offers some corrections, then you read another paragraph, native speaker gives you corrections, but you can also practice explaining that paragraph to the native speaker. And I think that will help you with your integrated speaking skills also. Your score here, I'm looking in the 2 range. I'm going to say 2.0 out of 4. I'm going to say 15 points out of 30 on this practice test.